all my heart, I let the young lawyer in. 3 or 4 of you, go and courteously bring him here. In the meantime, the court will hear Belario's letter. Your Grace should understand that time you're reading this. I'm very sick, but when your messenger came to me, I happened to have a young lawyer from Rome visiting. His name is Balthazar. I told him about the controversial case between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. We consulted many law books together. He knows my opinion on the matter, which has been enriched by his own intelligence, which I can't speak of highly enough, and he brings my opinion to you in my place. I beg you, don't let his young age make you underestimate him. I have never seen a young man with so much wisdom. I hope you will welcome him graciously, and you will see how worthy of my recommendation he is. And you heard that what the educated Bellario has written. And I assume that this is the lawyer coming now. Have you come from old Bellario?
Yes, my lord.
Welcome. Take your place here. Are you familiar with the different sides of the case facing the court right now?
I've been thoroughly informed about the case. Which one of these men is a merchant and which is a Jew?
Antonio and old Shylock, both of you come forward.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
You are persuading a strange case, but there's nothing in Venetian law that can stop you from proceeding. You merchant, you're at his mercy, aren't you?
Yes, as Shylock says.
Do you confess that you've broken the agreement?
I do.
Well then, the Jew must be merciful.
Why must I? Tell me why.
Mercy is not something that one is forced to practice. It falls easily, like the gentle rain from the sky. It is a doubly blessed thing. It blesses both the person showing mercy and the person receiving mercy. Mercy is the most admirable in the mightiest men. It looks better on a king than his crown. A king's scepter is a symbol of his earthly power, a source of awe and majesty. But mercy is above the power of the scepter. It dwells in the hearts of kings. It's an attribute of God himself. And earthly power resembles God's power when justice is mixed with mercy. Therefore, Jew, although you're seeking justice, consider this. If God sought justice against all of us with no mercy, we would all go to hell. We pray to God for mercy. The same prayer should teach us all to show mercy towards others. This is what I have to say against your desires to seek justice and make the strict court of Venice carry out the merchant's punishment.
My deeds are my responsibility. I want the law to be upheld and the penalty, which he must forfeit because of the loan.
Can he not pay the money back?
Yes. Here is the money for him in the court, even twice the sum. If that is not enough, I'll pay 10 times the sum of the money. Or else, I'll give up my hands, my head, my heart. If none of this is enough, then Shylock's malice overwhelms his honesty. And Duke, I beg you, bend the law to your authority. Violate the law a little to do the right thing and stop this cruel devil.
He must not do that. No one in Venice is powerful enough to alter an agreed upon decree. It will cause a bad precedent, and many errors will be made by following that as an example. That cannot happen.
A Daniel is now judging. Yes, a Daniel. I honor you, you wise young judge.
Can I please look at the agreement?
Here it is, most honorable lawyer. Here it is.
Shylock, you have been offered 3 times the money you're owed.
An oath, an oath. And I have made an oath by heaven. Do you want me to backtrack on my oath and make my soul guilty of perjury? No, not even for all of Venice.
Why, this bond is forfeit. The penalty must be paid. The Jew may lawfully claim a pound of flesh from near the merchant's heart. Be merciful, Shylock. Take 3 times the money. Tell me to tear up the agreement.
You can tear it up after the debt has been paid. It seems that you are a worthy judge. You know the law. Your interpretation has been correct. Therefore, I order you by the law, which you must obey to go on and make judgment. By my soul, I swear that nothing anyone can ever say will change my mind. I am here to get what is vowed to me in the contract.
With all my heart, I ask the court to issue its judgment.
Well then, this is it. You must prepare your chest for his knife.
That's very true. What a wise and just judge. You're wise beyond your years.
Therefore, lay bare your chest.
Yes, his chest. That's what the contract says, doesn't it, noble judge? Near his heart. Those are the very words.
That's right. Do you have a scale here to weigh the flesh?
I have it ready.
Have some surgeon on call nearby, Shylock, to stop Antonio's wounds so that he doesn't bleed to death.
Is this spelled out in the contract?
It is not said explicitly, but so what? It will be good for you to do it out of charity.
I can't find it in the contract. It's not in the contract.
You merchant, do you have anything to say?
Just a little. I'm ready and well prepared. Bassanio, give me a hand. Farewell, my friend. Don't grieve because I have fallen into this misfortune on your behalf. For even in this situation, fortune has shown herself to be kinder than she usually is. She usually makes a wretched man outlive his bed, so that when he is old and has a wrinkled brow, he looks on his own poverty. She at least cuts me off from this lingering misery. Speak well of me to your honorable wife. Tell her how I met my end. Tell her how I loved you. Speak well of me after I die. And after you tell her, let her be the judge as to whether you ever had a loving friend or not. Only regret that you are losing a friend, and know that your friend does not regret paying your debt for you. If the Jew cuts deeply enough, I'll gladly pay the debt with my own heart.
Antonio, I'm married to a wife who is as dear to me as life itself. But I don't think as highly of life itself. My wife and all of world is of your life. I would lose all of it. Yes, I would sacrifice everything to this devil standing here to rescue you.
I have a wife whom I swear I love. I wish she were dead and in heaven so that she could beg some holy power to come change this beastly Jew's mind.
Ah, these men are such irrational idiots. Please, we are wasting time. Come on, let's hear the court's sentence.
A pound of that merchant's flesh is yours. The court awards it, and the law gives it to you.
You're a most noble and wise judge. You're wise beyond your years. You are a most honest judge.
And you must cut the flesh off his chest. The court awards it and the law gives it to you.
Such a wise judge. The right sentence. Come, get ready.
Hold on a second. There is something else. This agreement doesn't give you any drop of blood. The literal words are a pound of flesh. So take what's yours. Take your pound of flesh. But in cutting it off, you shed one drop of blood. Your lands and goods will be confiscated by the state awareness by the city laws.
What a just judge! Listen to him, Jew. Oh, you wise judge.
Is that the law?
You'll see for yourself. Just as you so bent on absolute justice, rest assured that more justice than you want would be served for you.
What a wise judge. Look, Jew, a wise judge.
I'll take this offer then. I'll take 3 times the money and let the man go.
Here is the money.
So get ready to cut off the flesh. Don't shed any blood. Don't cut any more or less than exactly 1 pound of flesh. If you take more or less than a pound, even if it's just a 20th heavier or lighter than the tiniest measure, in fact, if the scale is off by so much as a hair, you'll be sentenced to death and all your goods will be confiscated.
This is a second Daniel. A Daniel, Jew. Now I got you, you unbeliever.
Why is you waiting? Take what's owed to you.
Just give me my money and let me go.
I have it ready for you. Here is it.
He has refused the money in the open court. You will have only justice and the penalty owed to him.
I will say it again. He is a Daniel. A second Daniel. Thank you, Jew, for teaching me that phrase.
Will I not be given even the original amount I lent?
You will have nothing but the penalty owed to you, which you can take at your own peril, Jew.
Well then, I hope the devil gets him for this. I won't stay here any longer to argue.
Wait, Jew, the law is another requirement of you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice that if a foreigner is proved to have directly or indirectly attempted to kill a citizen, the citizen against whom he plotted will take half of his goods. The other half is confiscated by the state. And the guilty man's life is in the hand of the Duke alone in his mercy. And I say, this law applies to you because it seems clear that you have contrived indirectly and directly against Antonio's life, and now must face the danger I just elaborated on. So, on your knees then, beg for the Duke's mercy.
Beg that you can have permission to hang yourself. But since your property is forfeited to the state, you don't even have enough to buy a rope to hang yourself with. Therefore, you must be hanged at the state's expense.
I pardon your life even before you ask, Shylock, so that you can see how different my spirit is from yours. Half of your wealth belongs to Antonio and the other half goes to the state. And this may be reduced to a simple fine if you show humility.
The money due to the state can be reduced, but not the money due to Antonio.
No, don't pardon me. By taking away the prop that holds up my house, you'd be taking my house too. By taking away the means by which I live, you would be taking away my life.
What mercy can you show him, Antonio?
Give him rope for hanging, at no charge, nothing else for God's sake. If it pleases my lord the Duke and the rest of the court, I am content to give up half of his goods owed to me, as long as he gives me the other half of his wealth, so that I can invest it, and upon his death, give it to someone who deserves it. And I want two more things, that he begs for mercy, and that he makes a will here in this court, in which he leaves everything upon his death to those in need.
He will do this, or else I take back the pardon that I just pronounced here.
What do you say to all this, Jew? Are you content?
I'm content. And please, give me permission to leave. I'm not feeling well. Send the will after me. I'll sign it.
Go, but do sign it.
If the judgment was up to me, we'd have 12 judges to send you to the gallows.
The trial is done. The court is adjourned. Balthazar, I appreciate the deed you have done.